You're tuning into Black and White Sports on YouTube. The no-holds-barred truth on sports. The main event starts now.
Well, guys, we must talk about Megan Rapinoe because Megan Rapinoe appeared on The View. And you guys had to know it was going to be a shit show. Megan Rapinoe, her final season playing professional soccer, started advocating for the trans invasion of female sports. Now, you guys noticed something. She didn't advocate for that in her prime. Oh, no, she wasn't going to do that. She waited until she was done and then came out and said, let the invasion take place. This is insane. Women have been hurt by these transgender athletes, physically and emotionally. But Megan Rapinoe does not care. Does not care. She goes on to The View, guys, the leftist View, and spews the most insane nonsense, guys. What you're going to hear is pure insanity. And she's sitting right next to Sonny Hostin, guys. Yes, the most crazy person on that panel. I was actually debating, guys, who is the craziest? Is it Whoopi? Is it Sonny? Is it Joy? Nah, it's Sonny Hostin, guys. It is what it is. But let's go ahead and dive into this clip, guys, of Megan Rapinoe on The View. Here we go. So right over here, we're going to start like halfway through this clip almost. And listen to this first part here from Sonny Hostin. Here we go.
2019, you and your teammates filed a landmark class action lawsuit against the U.S. Soccer Federation, eventually resulting in a $24 million settlement. Wow. Yes. A pledge to equalize pay, and a historic 2022 collective bargaining agreement that, among other things, requires an equal split of World Cup prize money between the men and women's team, which I think is incredible. Yeah. So what does that mean to you?
You know what, folks? The men just played in the World Cup, and guess what? The women didn't. The men lost half of their winnings because of the women who didn't play. It is woke welfare, folks. That's exactly what this is. The women didn't do anything to deserve half of the money that the men brought in, but the men got to give up half of their money. Interesting.
That you were the face of that, the voice.
Yeah, I mean, it's like I feel so proud of that. I stand on the shoulders of so many, Mia and Abby and Michelle Akers, and so I think just so many women in general who have like fought for that. I think you guys can all attest to it. We've gone through different phases in all of our lives, and to be able to accomplish something like that while accomplishing all that we did on the field. I mean, I have so many people come up to me that are like, you're an inspiration to my son and my daughter, or I asked for a raise because of you and the team, and because of Alex and because of Carly and so many other players. And so to be able to use this talent that I was, given, born with, really. Obviously, I worked hard, but to be able to use that in something I love to do to like actually make a difference in the world is kind of what it's all about.
Better than that.
Yeah, what's better than that? Yeah, it's like it's great playing soccer. I loved playing soccer, and I loved the success, but ultimately there's got to be something more and bigger and better than that. And I feel like the equal pay was a huge legacy that now I can look at the way that women's sports is being treated now, whether it's WNBA or the PWHL or the NWSL. All of these leagues are like thriving and really kind of on this rocket ship.
Yeah, in other words, getting money you didn't earn. Yeah, pure socialism, folks. Pure socialism when it comes to soccer.
And I think a huge part of that had to do with the collective awakening that we're all having, and a lot in part due to the equal pay.
Yeah, and that people love watching women's sports.
Yeah,
that's a huge part of it.
Turns out.
Yeah, let's be real, guys. People may love watching women's sports, but they don't love it as much as watching male sports. This is why the men make most of the money, because more people actually want to watch them. Yeah.
Crazy, but
Right.
They love it.
So for years, you've been an outspoken advocate for so many people, including the trans community. And there's been a lot of debate about trans women in sports. And you recently wrote an article basically saying that anti-trans legislation is not actually about protecting girls, but distracting from us from what really matters. Tell us what you mean by that.
It's a beautiful article.
Yeah, thank you. I appreciate that. I think what I mean by that is let's just like pull back a little. At first it was like, well, nobody likes women's sports and nobody wants to watch it. Or there was, abuse happening and nobody seemed to care. Now all of a sudden we're going to use a vulnerable group of people in the trans community to be like, oh, well, we're just protecting women's sports and we care so much about it. When the Heritage Foundation is now going to go after Title IX. So is it about reproductive rights or is it about just women's rights in general? We're seeing the rollback of Roe v. Wade, marriage equality, I feel like is getting put back on the table. That was settled law. And so
She just made that up, guys. Nobody's rolling back the quote unquote marriage rights. Nobody is doing that. President Trump came out. He said he was fine with gay marriage. Yeah, she's making this up, folks.
all of these things, like, yes, they're going after trans people in sports and they're using this as a wedge issue because we love sports and, we don't want our little girls to be unsafe in sports. And it's like, unsafe from who? But okay.
Yeah.
Unsafe from who? How about the males in the sport? The males undressing in the locker room. Will Thomas was exposing his Johnson everywhere to females in the locker room at UPenn. And Megan Rapinoe says this.
But now we're using this as like an overarching thing when really what we're attacking women. We're saying, if you look like this as a woman, you can play. If you look like this as a woman, there's a bill in Washington happening right now that's going to require all girls, just like full stop, to go through a sex test, an invasive, like examining their genitals to see if they're a woman.
Yeah.
And that has not worked out well historically for people to do
we
that.
know what that means. Black girls are going to get questioned more and they're going to get questioned first.
There she goes, implementing her cultural Marxism into this. Of course, the white leftist is always going to say, oh, this is going to affect black women. When Megan Rapinoe is essentially calling for the destruction of black women in sports by wanting males to invade the sport.
Who's doing the
But
examination?
also who wants to subject themselves to
Yeah,
that.
and so they're going to see a pullback. They don't like women in sports because it helps us with confidence and power. And we see so many women in the C-suite played elite level sports.
Yes.
It's just great for you physically and all of it. But it's an attack on women in society. And I think the tie between the Heritage Foundation now wanting to go after Title IX, it's just like so blatant. Like, let's connect these dots. It's more than just.
Megan Rapinoe is saying, guys, she wants Title IX destroyed. Because Title IX was actually developed to protect women, not men. Megan Rapinoe wants the destruction of Title IX. And now she's attacking the Heritage Foundation for wanting to protect women. Fascinating.
Just a couple of trans kids in the entire country and a couple in each state being able to participate in some youth sports.
Yeah. Well, after retiring from your professional soccer career, you've actually hosted several successful podcasts.
Forget about a podcast. Nobody cares about that. Yeah, you guys saw that, man. This is unbelievable, man. This is unreal. Megan Rapinoe is getting crushed on that. Libs TikTok. Megan Rapinoe, a far-left activist and former women's pro soccer player, went on The View and claimed that banning men from invading women's sports is actually an attack on women. Make it make sense. Yeah, it makes absolutely no sense. Ali London talking about this as well. I mean, Megan Rapinoe is insane. And by the way, the View's own X page here also is almost getting ratioed on that clip. 730 comments, 808 likes. Almost ratio, folks. Jennifer say, Megan Rapinoe would have zero fame, zero World Cups, nothing if she had played against men. Exactly. She would have had nothing. This is pure insanity, guys. Pure insanity. Gonna leave it right there, guys. That's just my thoughts on this. What do you guys think of this? Black and white sports fans, let us know what you think about all this in the comments. Make sure to subscribe to the channel. And we'll catch you next time. Well, Black and White Nation, it is that time. The 4th of July sale is here. 20% off everything in the merch store, including our new America 250 second edition. Has America 250 on the front with the flag on the back. We also have our America 250 George Washington edition with the America 250 logo on the back, George Washington on the front. We have our Freedom shirt. We have all the merch you guys want. Patriotic gear. Our best-selling shirt is our Bald Eagle edition America 250 shirt. We have sports gear. We have hats. We have backpacks as well. Get your merch today, guys. 20% off. If you are a paying member to the website, you get 25% off. And by the way, you can become a member and support us just for $10 a month. You can also save money by getting the annual plan. If you would like to donate to us, you can do it directly on the website. $5, $10, $20, whatever you guys want to give. We do appreciate the support.
Thanks for watching the show. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Be sure to tune in next time on Black and White Sports.